told me it can't be done. Now I'ma let the champagne bottle pop. I'ma take it to the top. Show, I'ma make it hot, baby.
Alright, Kimbo White here. I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about UFC 109 and the Strikeforce situation that's going on right now. You know, I'm not going to sit and thoroughly downgrade this here card, which a lot of people are doing, just because, you know, it's not, the main event is not a pay-per-view caliber main event, really, to be real honest. You know, it's going to be an awesome match. I'm going to love to watch the fight for everything that it's worth. You know, everybody's been through it 1,000 times in all their videos. You know, I gotta apologize for not getting any Strikeforce Miami picks up. I actually went 3-1 on the card, but because I can't really claim them if I don't put a video up. So, but you know, I had Manhoff to win and Lawler caught him, but that's a whole other story right now. You know, this is going to be a good card, UFC 109. It's going to be a good card. It's just that this is my problem with it. For some odd reason, you know, 110, 111, 112, 113, these cards are stacked, okay? You know, starting February 21st with 110, these cards are getting damn good in the UFC, okay? We've had to suffer through a little bit of bullshit towards the end of the year last year. UFC 108, they had all the injuries, they had all the sicknesses. You know, this UFC 109, this is my problem with it. All these good fights that are on the next 4 pay-per-views, I mean, there's like 15 awesome fights between the next 4 pay-per-views. There's honestly probably 8 fights on those cards, at least a half dozen fights on those cards that are, you know, more appealing as a main event than the one that's on this card. So, you know, a couple of the co-main events like Penn and Edgar, for example, you know, I can't even think of right now the other ones, but that's just, you know, a fight like that is a co-main event. Who wouldn't have rather watched that on, you know, the main event for this card? And there might be reasons why that fight can't, you know, I know BJ just fought not that long ago, whatever, but there's other fights just that good that are on these cards that aren't even the main event that could have been bumped down to this card. I don't know, or planned ahead of time, thought out better. I'm not really quite sure why. Dana thought this is the greatest idea, or Joel Silva, or whoever the hell, you know, is the final decision maker on these things. But whatever. Now we're watching it. It's tomorrow night, so I'll tell you who I think is going to win. Starting out at the bottom here, I'm not even messing with any of the. I know most of you guys do the prelims predictions, but I don't know, man. Most of the fights are just on the prelims. I'll enjoy watching them, man, but I don't know. I'm not big on making preliminary predictions. I'm more of a main card guy, so I'm just going to start with Serra and Trigg. And you know, to me, Matt Serra is the real deal, and Frank Trigg is I don't know, a tough guy that's more about being popular than being a real martial artist. I don't know. Matt Serra's, you know, he's all about being an instructor, and you know, he comes from a good instructor, and you know, his dad, his whole life has been nothing but martial arts, and I got a lot of respect for Matt Serra. I really kind of like the guy. You know, I hate to see Hughes lay on him like that the whole fight, not really do shit and end up winning. Really pissed me off. I'd rather see those two guys fighting each other again than seeing him fight Frank Trigg. But that's a whole other story too. I'm going to take Matsera over Frank Trigg. I think he's going to put his foot in his ass. He can knock him out or submit him, whatever comes his way. We'll see. Damian Maia versus Dan Miller. You know, I always liked the Millers. Dan Miller, tough guy, but I tell you what, this Maia cat's impressive. I know Marquardt caught him in the last fight. I picked Maia to win that fight. I picked Maia to get him by submission. I thought Marquardt would start wrestling him around, and you know, it never even came to that. So I'm taking Maia over Miller. I think by submission for sure. I think he'll finish the fight. We'll see about that. Mike Swick and Paulo Thiago. You know, I would really like to see Thiago win this fight. I think Mike Swick's going to be really hungry after that Dan Hardy fight. And man, I'm really not sure. I think, you know, Thiago, he's got more knockout power probably than, you know, if he catches you, he can put the lights out. But Swick, you know, Swick can do the same thing, man. Normally it takes him a couple after the, you know, he catches you. After he catches you, it takes him a couple more, but he finishes you fast. He's on it. And Swick's hands are great. You know, that was an awesome fight with Dan Hardy. I think if he get through the first round, he'll definitely win a decision. I think, which is likely. I'm going to go with probably Mike Swick by decision. Marquardt and Sonnen. You know, I don't know. I have to say Marquardt looks really impressive. I have to say he looks like he's in the best shape I've ever seen him in. He's in his prime. He's damn hungry. He hit Maia so hard. I mean, he didn't know what was going on. So I'm going to go with Marquardt. I know some, you know, it's not that Sonnen's not dangerous. I hear him on radio shows running off at the mouth and talking about how, you know, Anderson Silva doesn't want a piece of him. Wow, man, he's looking right past Nate Marquardt, and I think he's going to get punched right in the face. So, going with Marquardt over Sonnen. Be real honest, I might want Marquardt to win more than anything after listening to Sonnen on the radio. Mark Coleman versus Randy Couture. I'm taking Randy over Mark. I think that Randy, way better cardio. Mark Coleman isn't gonna finish Randy Couture in the first round. He's not gonna do it, and after that he's gonna be gassed. Randy probably knock him out, but I think it's gonna be like a contest for the ground and pound, being that both these guys are good wrestlers. Randy might want to keep it standing just because he knows he without a doubt has the advantage standing up. You know, when they lock horns, it's real good, real close wrestling on the wrestling. But Couture is, man, he's a strategist, comes out with a game plan, knows what he needs to do. He studied Mark Coleman. He'll know if he needs to do this or that. And, you know, he's really good at holding people up against the fence, which, especially if they get past the first round, he'll be able to do to Mark Coleman as well, work him over a little bit. I don't know. Coleman, I don't know, man. I don't see him doing anything to Randy Couture. And I might be wrong, but I see him just taking a hell of an ass whooping. And those are my picks for UFC 109.